how can we make Dharma centers more family friendly, I think it would start off by feeling friendly towards family. Otherwise, you're not going to build up a sense of family friendliness in centers, right? So that's obvious, isn't it? If you think it's important, you're going to do it. If you don't think it's important, you're not going to do it. So, I mean, in other words, we would have to think about what's missing when you don't involve family, the whole family, or at least make the possibility of the whole family being involved. What benefit is there in making it more of a family center? So it'd be good to have examples, wouldn't it? So you could say, well, this center, see how they changed when they became more family oriented. And then see these ones, they don't have that, we don't have that. And I mean, it's obvious that for some people, the fact that they have to do their Buddhism separate from their family, without the family being involved, could be a very important factor in deciding whether they're going to take part in things at the center and so on. There's one maybe quite important difference between trying to make centers into like family centers compared with like Christian churches and the mosque and so on. So I mean, there, you're talking about people who, going back many generations, have been Christian, have been Muslim, have been, whereas here, it's like, we don't have that, almost, not at all. Giving the possibility, giving the opportunity has been useful. I think that actually there's no contradiction. I think that one can give the opportunity without pushing it. I mean, when I was a kid, we used to go to Sunday school, and I think that after a certain point, it's like you have to go because your mum and dad told you had to go, so they're going to go and do the hymns, and you're going to do the Sunday school. Then at a certain point, quite young, we were given the choice, if you don't want to go anymore, just don't go. So I didn't go anymore. I think the idea of the family being involved and there being a sort of Buddhist equivalent of Sunday school and so on is great. And at the same time, I can understand that would need to be modified by, not pushing. Just sort of like here it is kind of thing. Getting that kind of exposure is good, so that gives an opportunity, but then also not pushing it. We have a school at Land of Medicine Buddha, Redwood School, and that's really, really very wonderful. What they do there, and I know I have one friend who's very clear that his children, by being educated at Redwood School, they got a very good start in life in terms of their just take on things. And yeah, I'm minded to mention one of the Kobanats who came over as a translator to Europe that Lama Zopa often mentions. So what he says is that he himself doesn't really particularly feel Buddhist, not like really Buddhist practitioner. I mean, who knows, but anyway, that's what he said. But he says that things that bothered, when he was working in a factory, things that bothered his co-workers didn't bother him because of his exposure to Buddhism. So I think that, even though, like for example, at our Redwood School, I don't know in detail, but I think they're probably not allowed to, push the Buddhism. But somehow there are the ethics at the school and the kind of teacher that you get and so on. And the kind of things that they're taught, which are not, not like strictly Buddhist, but just somehow Buddhist informed. Maybe I could say, back on that right. But it has a very positive effect on the kids.